this Christmas break, but since you've been back in practice, what have kind of been the main points of emphasis, I guess?
Ball screen defense. That's what we've been hammering ever since you said. Like you said, when we got back to campus, we've just been hammering ball screen defense and trying to get better. Coach Pope thinks we can be one of the better ball screen defensive teams in the country, but there's a lot of progress to be made, and I think we took some steps forward over the break.
Was that one of the big takeaways from the Ohio State game when you guys went and looked at film? That was. It sounds like number one on his list of things to.
Yeah, definitely number one. I think AB said like in our Power 5 games we've had like 100 points scored in ball screens. So just trying to find ways to get better, and that's a way that teams have been really effective in scoring on us. I'm pretty sure we're a great three-point defensive team, so just trying to shrink the floor and make it a 5-on-5 game and not 2-on-2.
What? Those three-point defense numbers have been pretty remarkable. Can you kind of put your finger on that? Do you know why that's the case with you guys?
I mean, we emphasize being there on the catch and making sure that there's a contest with every shot. We don't like to allow open shots, so I mean that probably has something to do with it. But I don't have like a specific answer.
What's the biggest takeaway you had after this 10-day break or so?
Ball screen defense. For sure, that's all we've been doing.
What can you say about the slow starts and just kind of digging these early holes and then fighting back? But then, sometimes you get a Gonzaga, sometimes you get an Ohio State where they, they follow up with their own responses. What can you say about kind of those early starts?
I think with our offense, a lot of teams play us in different ways. So a lot of the time before the game, we spend time trying to figure out how they'll guard us to start the game. And obviously, basketball is a game of adjustments and ebbs and flows. So. I mean, we might start out slow, but, I mean, we're still going to keep going for the next 30 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, it's something that we're definitely still working on, but I think we'll be all right.
How much mental energy does it take when you're in kind of one of those bigger halftime holes and you make the run? Like even the Clemson game, you guys came back and took the lead pretty early in the second half, but how much does that take out of you when you're coming back?
I mean, during the game, honestly, I don't know if I really think about that. I don't think it really necessarily takes any energy out of me. It's part of the game, like I said. It's a game of runs, so just trying to keep our foot on the gas and keep going.
When you said all you're working on is ball screen defense, is that like almost literally all you're working on?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, obviously we do other stuff like shell defense, putting up shots, all that good stuff. But the main emphasis has been ball screen defense and just trying to get better because we know that's an area where we definitely need to improve come SEC play.
And then with the three-point shooting, obviously both in volume and percentage, what can you guys work on there? Is it kind of a fluke that those numbers have been down, or are there real areas for gain that you see?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it a fluke, but I mean, basketball, you can't always be perfect. You can't always shoot the ball great. So just go on to the next game. I mean, obviously, we all know that we're a great three-point shooting team. We have the players, and we're all going to shoot the shots that we think that we should be shooting, and Coach has the confidence in us. So, I mean, they don't go in, but we're not going to hang our heads on it.
He has been pretty frustrated about the volume. Just how do you kind of get those numbers up? You know you can be an efficient team, but how do you kind of fix some of those volume issues?
I mean, I guess put up more shots. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't have an answer for that one. That might be something you ask Coach Pope.
Are the shots sometimes just not there? I mean, trying to shoot with 30-something threes a game, I think y'all shot 22, something like that last game.
To be honest, I think last game there were a lot of shots that we would normally shoot that we didn't. I think we were taking the wrong shots. I think we relied on the refs too much and tried to get to the basket, not playing off 2 feet. Just throwing up shots that just really aren't us. That's all Coach talked about in the film. So we just got back into the lab, and we've just been trying to work on making sure we play off 2 feet, find the open man, create, we call it power plays, just bring in a second defender just to find the open man. So that's our biggest takeaway offensively, I'd say.
Yeah, was that another point of emphasis? Andrew mentioned that right after the game, the playing off 2 feet, and it seemed like Ohio State was just really physical around the basket when you guys drove. Did that kind of drive it home, especially coming up with SEC play a few days from now? Is that something you got to work on?
I don't think it's something. I mean, obviously you want to continue to improve and get better, but I think it was just an us problem. Like I said, I feel like we took some shots off maybe 1 foot or just jumping in the air and not really knowing what you're going to do with the ball next. So just like little things like that are really huge, and I mean they can obviously be the turning point in the game, and it showed against Ohio State.
Is that the playing off 2 feet? Is that something that coaches talked about before you got with Coach Pope at BYU? Did you hear that very often?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially at BYU, we didn't necessarily have like the athletes to be playing off of 1 foot, so. I think it's really efficient. Keeps us low turnover team, making the right reads. So I think it's really good, beneficial for us.
Are the shots still falling in practice?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We put up shots, hundreds of shots every day. We all put in the work. We got the confidence. So it's nothing that I'm worried about.
Do you think this team can reach its goals unless it improves its three-point shooting?
Yeah, probably. But like I said, it's not something I'm worried about. I know we put in the work every day. I got the confidence. I know my teammates and coaches got the same confidence.
Anything fun?
Any New Year's resolutions?
New Year's resolutions. My New Year's resolution is to get closer to God and to read. My plan is to read the New Testament this year and complete it at the end of the year.
What's the reasoning behind that? Is anything in particular?
No, just wanted to dive deeper into my faith. I think that's all. I think that's just going to help me just throughout the year, throughout my life, just getting closer to Him.
How have you guys used this time off to grow, and what do you think maybe you guys have improved on since we saw you last?
So we got back on the 26th, and ever since, all our practices have been very intense. One of the key focuses have been ball screen defense. We've been, hammering that in almost every day, and I feel like the effort and energy that we put into that has been great. I think we got a lot better this week going into this next game, and we're going to try to continue to get better throughout the year.
What did you see after you watched the film from Ohio State?
I just think we just weren't us. It just kind of felt weird when we were out there playing. We weren't doing the things that we've been doing all year. Like we weren't playing off 2 feet. We were making plays for each other. It was just a mix of things that kind of went into that. And then defensively, we weren't great as well. So it was just a bad game for us. But we're gonna put that behind us and then try to get better.
Let's stop.
Brown?
Let's stop real quick. How do we kill this noise?
I think it's the mall.
Sorry. They can't hear Fort Jackson. Perfect. Thank you. Sorry, guys.
Brown played Kansas pretty tough, especially in the first half of that game. Kansas ended up pulling away. But what have you seen from them on film, and what kind of challenge do they maybe present?
Brown's a really good team. They're really scrappy. I think said they've won 6 of their last 7 games. They have one of their guards, number 10. I forgot his last name. I think Lilly. Really good scorer. He shoots a lot, makes a lot of threes. And then just the guys around him are really talented as well, getting to the rim, hitting shots, and they play well together. They're moving the ball well the whole time, and then they press every time down the floor. So I think they're a team that can could surprise you at the start of games. I think that's what happened to Kansas. Once Kansas started locking in on defense and execute, I think that's when the game got ahead of them. So we're going to try to be like that from the jump and try to win this game easily.
After a game like Ohio State, was it good to have a long break, or would you rather have been, let's get right back out there and play another game real quick?
It was definitely tough, to go out like that and have a long time to dwell on and think about that game. But I think the main thing for us is just to use it as motivation, use it as a tool to get better, something that we can look back at and hopefully. As the season goes on, we can look back and see how much better we've gotten, from that point.
A couple weeks ago, Coach Pope mentioned something that Coach Brooks does with you guys, kind of like a body language video type thing, where after games he'll show you guys, just the way you guys are acting on the court in huddles, things like that. I was just curious, could you expand on that a little bit and just kind of describe what that process is like and how maybe as a player that benefits you going forward?
Yeah, Coach AB, he calls it Coach Cold Gold. And, he shows a bunch of clips of us, picking up each other, high-fiving after every free throws. I forgot what he calls it, but like when somebody's like flexing, he shows all that at the bench. And, the more we do that, just shows, how together we are, and it just brings energy for us throughout the game. So it's really important that we're able to see that and try to continue that throughout the year.
Is that the first time that any one of your college coaches has kind of done like a body language, autopsy? I think is what Coach Pope called it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I've seen a video of like bad body language, but I've never seen just like everybody, in that positive light. I guess it kind of just makes you want to be on the video the next time. They show it in film. So.
Yes, is that kind of just like the motivation from the whole purpose of it, is just to try and encourage those positive habits, even younger guys, older guys, just everyone on the team?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like our younger guys have been the best at it, especially like seeing them on the bench. Every play, they're up, clapping, just showing emotion for us, and they bring us a lot of energy.
You're not looking ahead, but you do start conference play this week as well. Did that layoff give you guys time to get really healthy and maybe look at some of your other opponents?
Yeah, I mean, we take it one opponent at a time. So, right now we're focused on Brown, but we know the SEC is going to be a tough conference. We got a lot of great teams in there. So, right now we're going to focus on Brown, get ready to beat them. That's the biggest game we got right now. And after that, we'll focus on, winning the conference.
You talked about Ohio State's, or you talked about your all's ball screen defense. You wanted to fix that. What did Ohio State do in particular to really make that an area of concern for you all in that game?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is they rejected a lot of our ball screens. I would say Thornton and Mobley, they were like the main ones that were getting downhill off rejecting. They got some and ones, some easy layups, some dump offs from that. That was a big thing. And then also just having our bigs at the point of the screen, I think that sometimes starts to kind of deter the downhill from the guard. So we just kind of looked at all those things, and we're trying to get better at it.
From a guard perspective, how do you get better at that, or without spoiling any secrets from practice? What has Pope kind of been telling you?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta listen to the calls from our bigs, and be ready to adjust our feet, and make sure the guard comes off the screen and get into their body. So we just gotta keep hammering that in, try to do that at a high rate.
As a leader of this team, what's just the message been in this break time?
Yeah, the message has just been to get better. I think the last game, it kind of left a salty taste in our mouth. We didn't want to lose that way, especially Madison Square Garden. And I feel like the main thing was to everybody, go home, be with your family, have fun. But once we get back, we get back to work and doing what we came here to do. That's to win. And win a championship, but win it one game at a time as well.
Coach said on his radio show that he wants to see Andrew Carr take more threes. Is that something you guys have seen in practice, him stepping out?
Yeah, I mean, he did hit a couple today, so he hit a couple threes today. So we definitely want Andrew to keep shooting. He's a great shooter. I think that's just going to open up a lot more for our team and himself.
Thank you.
I know you guys much. I feel like our bigs were pretty good. I think it was mainly the guards. We got rejected too many times, and they were able to get downhill. And even the times we didn't get rejected, we weren't getting into the body and forcing the guy to the screen. So we just got to continue to be more physical and just more more wise with our decisions in the ball screen.
How's your ankle feeling?
It's feeling good. Feeling good. Yeah, I'm back out there, so I ain't got no complaints.
Is it 100%, or is it one of those things that might be a little off, like for a while?
Yeah, I mean it's on and off. Some days it feels like 100, some days it feels 80. So it's on and off. Yeah.
Yeah. Where does that hamper you the most, on the offensive or defensive?
It doesn't really hamper me. I'm out there playing. My adrenaline gets going in the game, so I'm just out there and just ready to go.
Who's the toughest offensive player you've ever played against?
Ever? Ever. Like in a game or just like anywhere? One, I'll say Malachi Flynn. He was a guard at San Diego State. I played him in like pickup runs and stuff like that. He's a tough guard. And
what makes him so difficult?
Shot making ability. He can shoot from 30 feet out. Very good at pick and roll. just can hit shots at all facets. I mean, all places on the court. So I think that's what made it tough. Yes, I'll say Malachi is one of them for sure.
You looking forward to playing these guards in the SEC coming up?
Yeah, I look forward to playing everybody. I mean, it's just, SEC is a great conference. We want to win. We want to win big, and we just can't wait to get the opportunity.
Yeah, you guys obviously got Brown tomorrow, but how much, just kind of going back to the beginning of the season, do you get to pay attention? Do you watch many SEC games, SEC teams, kind of looking forward?
We watch a couple. I mean, usually there's games on the TV. When we're before after shoot around, most of us stay around and there'll be games on the TV. So we've seen a couple teams play, and it's a lot of SEC teams ranked. So I mean, we're gonna have a great season. It's gonna be a tough one, but we're ready to compete.
What do you think of Auburn or Tennessee?
Great teams. I mean, they're 1 and 2 right now in the AP poll, so it's just going to be teams that we got to go out there and we got to go out there and beat.
Coach Pope said he wants to see more three-point volume. Are you guys passing up shots, or why do you think you can't get to the 30 range?
I think it's a mix of the way teams are guarding us, and then sometimes guys just not shooting shots. I think. Teams are guarding to protect the three with us, so it gives us a lot of driving lanes and things like that. So, sometimes the three isn't the best option. And then, sometimes you do want somebody to shoot one, but it might be a tough one in their eyes. So you want to get the best shot in general. But, if we continue to trust in the offense, I think we will be able to get more threes up, definitely.
Besides practicing, did you able to do anything fun with your 10 days off?
Yeah, I stayed in New York the whole time. Stayed with my family and my girlfriend and her family. So we had a good time just walking around in New York. Being around at Christmas in New York. So that was pretty fun.
Your first time in New York?
Yeah, it was my first time. So yeah, I enjoyed it definitely.
Didn't get engaged?
No, I did not get engaged. I did not get engaged.
Time's flying by this year. Third of the season over.
Mm-hmm.
What's been the biggest surprise for you so far?
Biggest surprise? What do I say is the biggest surprise? I'd probably just still say just how connected we have been these first 12 games. I mean, this is a brand new team. I mean, even though we've done a lot, we're all so close, but just it's still surprising just, how connected we are, right now and how we've been.
Is that something where you can still make gains, especially defensively? Because I feel like everybody was paying so much attention to the offense and the way Coach Pope plays that you guys have to be on the same page. But that's the same case defensively, right?
Yeah, defensively, you definitely need to be on the same page. Most definitely in the ball screen as well. I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, ball screen offense is so prevalent in college basketball now. So if we continue to get that down and stay connected, not even just the guard and the big, guarding the screens, but everybody else on the back end, the tag guys and the help. I think it's going to be really good for us.
How much are you looking forward to Kerr being back in the lineup with you guys?
Oh yeah, we can't wait to have Kerr back. I mean, he brings a lot of energy for us. He's just a very talented point guard. I mean, this is his 5th year, but the 4 years previous, he's been great at Arizona, West Virginia. So he's very experienced, and we definitely need that experience on the court with us.
What if his spirit's been like kind of behind the scenes? Have you guys had to kind of keep him up? I know he obviously wants to be out there. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, he's been great. He's been bringing a lot of energy to us. Off the court, just even like during practices, he's sitting on the sideline talking to us and things like that. So he's definitely very involved with us right now. All good. Thank you, guys.